Hi, listen to the wind. The story of Dr. Greg and 3 cups of tea. This is a true story about Dr. Greg and how he builds a school way up in the mountains in Pakistan for some children that don't have a school. We are the children of course. We live in a village in the mountains of Pakistan. Our families grow and gather the food we eat. Our mothers weave and sew the clothes we wear. We make up our games and we make our own toys. We read our books and we write with our pencils. We study in the school that we help to build. Before our school was built, we had lessons outside. We wrote with sticks on the ground. That was before a stranger stumbled into our village. He was cold, hungry, and sick. We gave him tea and food and a bed near the fire. He told us his name was Greg Mortenson and that he was a nurse. He had come from the United States to climb our mountains, but he had lost his way. As he grew stronger, he helped to heal our sick. We called him Dr. Greg. Sometimes he sat outside and helped us with our lessons. He knew that our teacher came just 3 times a week, but that we still studied every day. When Dr. Greg was well enough to go home, he asked Haji Ali, our wisest man, to help him think of something special he could do for court. Haji Ali answered Dr. Greg with a puzzle. Listen to the wind, he said. Dr. Greg closed his eyes. From above the village on the high flat ground where we sat at our lessons, the wind carried our voices down the path. Dr. Greg heard our voices. He felt the wind blow cold against his face and he understood. Court needed a school. Dr. Greg promised to come back and help us build one. We watched him walk away until he disappeared into the folds of the mountains. This is how they got from one mountain to another across this rope. And that's not a bridge, it's just a rope. 1 year later, we saw a man walking on the path far below our village. It was Dr. Greg. We all ran down to meet him. In Skardu, the nearest big town, he had collected the lumber, cement, and tools that we would need to build our school. But high above the Braldu River, we had only a single cable with a small box that could carry a person to our mountain from the next one. There was no bridge. Without a bridge, no one could bring the heavy loads of building supplies to court. What are they going to do? Built a bridge. So everyone worked together to build a bridge from our mountain all the way to the mountain on the other side of the river. Many months later, Dr. Greg and our fathers and friends crossed the strong new bridge carrying the supplies we needed to build our school. They continued to climb until they reached the place where we had piled a mountain of stones cut from our own mountains. Haji Ali marked the exact spot where our school was to stand. Our mothers carried water to mix the cement. The men began to lay the stones for our classroom walls. With our small fingers, we wedged tiny slivers of stones into the cement to make the walls stronger. Our school grew each day, up from the high, flat ground where we used to write with our sticks. Finally, the men attached the roof. They asked Dr. Gregg to hammer in the last nail. Our school was finished. It was time to celebrate. Our imam, Sir Taki, our wise man, Haji Ali, our teacher, Hussein, Dr. Gregg, who kept his promise, Julia, the librarian who brought our books, the craftsmen, the workmen, the porters, the grown-ups of Corf, the children of Corf, and even the yaks and the zos and the goats and the sheep all marched together to our new school. Sure, Taki blessed the building. We ran into our school with Hussein, who now would come to teach us every day. We are the children of Corf. We live in a village in the mountains of Pakistan. We write in Urdu and English. We add and subtract. We read our books and explore our maps. We are learning in the school that we helped to build. We are the children of Corf. Can you hear our voices? Listen to the wind. On these pages are a collection of pictures. Like I said, this is a true story. This is what they're calling a Corf scrapbook. So here in this first picture, it says, this book tells a true story. Greg Mortenson is a real person, and there is a picture of him. And the children of Corf are real too. And this is a picture of all the children of Corf. Here is a picture of a map of the world, and that is where Pakistan is in Asia. And Baltistan is a region in Pakistan. Corf is a little village in Baltistan. They have it colored in pink there. See all the nearby countries where Pakistan is near. Here's a picture of Haji Ali, the wise man who told Greg to listen to the wind. And here is a picture of the bridge that we saw that was built across the Raldu River. It is 284 feet across and 60 feet above the water. Can you imagine? And they used to cross it with a rope or a cable, I should say. The mountains around Corf are part of the Karakoram mountain range. There is a picture of the mountain range there. The Corf men carry heavy supplies 18 miles to the building site. The man in the very front of this line is Sher Taki, the village prayer leader and spiritual guide, or imam. Carrying supplies was a very special gesture from Sher Taki because traditional Balti imams do not take part in physical tasks. This was an effort by the whole village. There's some more pictures on these pages. This is a picture of some of the men and children working on the walls of the Corf school. And here's what the school looks like all finished. Here's Dr. Greg. He helped to cook the feast for the school's opening day celebration on December 10th of 1996. Here's the librarian, Julia Bergsman, who helped course teacher Hussein create a library for the school. A couple more pictures on this page. And a little bit about what Dr. Greg has done. The course school was the first one Dr. Greg helped to build. Since then, he has overseen 57 more schools built in Pakistan and Afghanistan, such as this one in Hush. Julia Bergsman has helped to fill them with books. Teachers have been trained, and today about 24,000 children attend these schools. Children from all over the world help by collecting and donating pennies. A penny in the United States doesn't even buy a piece of gum, but in Pakistan, 1 penny buys a pencil, and $1 pays for one child's education for a whole month. If you would like to help build schools with our pennies, with your pennies, contact Pennies for Peace at this website, www.penniesforpeace.org. Building schools require lots of help. Each community helps with planning, materials, and labor. The Central Asia Institute, a group started by Dr. Greg and Dr. Jean Mornay, helped with organization and funding. And here's a picture of them right there. On the next page are some artistic pictures of things that she collected. The artist's note. This is really cool. This is a tomar. It's a hat. Very beautiful. So anyhow, if you would like to check out this book, I have about 6 copies available in the library. Come and check it out.